All right, today Microsoft did a direct for the game Starfield, and they have a deep dive of 45 minutes of gameplay. I haven't seen a single minute of it, a single second of it. I was busy today. But I was told by Sergeant Angry, you need to watch it. So I thought, I'll watch it tonight. And then I thought, why don't I watch it live on stream, and we can chat about it. Let's go. Oh man, Skyrim. I have to turn the volume down a little bit, just to make sure y'all can hear me as well. Man, I tell you what. Just the concept alone, I'm all in. All in. We know how Bethesda is with RPGs. They launched Super Buggy because they're so ambitious.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks,
welcome
Todd.
to Bethesda Game Studios.
Yeah.
You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here. And that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do? And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look. Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through.
How's the audio?
Where you step into a new world
as I talk?
And you get that feeling.
Can you still hear it, but it's not too loud, or I'm not competing with Todd?
But this time,
I should be over Todd. It's my stream. Audio's good, right?
It's over 1,000.
Oh, DMCA music. Yeah, we'll see.
Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours. It's yours.
Taken's here. What's up?
And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance.
So, I gotta tell you.
People and creatures that live in these worlds.
Oh, there's the first creature that looks kind of like No Man's Sky.
That moon is actually there.
Oh, you were here for the impregnation talk. I'm so glad. Fable 3. I wish Fable 3 was on PC. I don't think it is. It was just Xbox 360.
Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere.
All right, that looks sick. I'm not gonna lie.
We also have an all-new animation system.
These planets have to be pretty small, though, right?
And of course,
like moons.
You can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person.
I'm gonna play first person, like all the time.
We love exploration and
chat. How are you feel about
explore differently in this game, given its scale?
How are you gonna play this?
That usually
do you play Skyrim or Fallout in third person?
Collect resources.
Let me know in the chat. You think third's better than first taken?
Mission and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
So they're procedurally generating these worlds? But how will they be? Will they do it in a way where every specific planets have specific quests that happen or specific stories, but maybe they happen in different locations? Like my planet where that certain quest line happens might be the same planet, but it might be laid out differently? Is that what's going to be happening? I'm asking if, for those of you who have already watched this footage, or this direct. Depends on the game, to be fair. Had it implemented in RE games. Hated it implemented in RE games, but I enjoyed it for Skyrim. First person?
We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up.
Oh, I like first person in horror games. It's fantastic.
In your data menu.
I've talked about it before, but
when your skills to your ship, your missions,
when we were first shown Alien Isolation internally when I was at Sega,
a ton of detail in every object.
It was a third-person game,
all of your weapons,
and we thought the demo was fantastic. One of the best demos I'd seen in my 7+ years there.
Obsess over the details and food. We obsess
but all
over
I could
food.
think was, man, I wonder if this wouldn't
When
be
you're
better
done
in first
exploring,
person.
you can walk back or
And
fast travel to
you know, I asked my
your
boss,
ship.
and he goes,
We
"I don't know where
have
they're at with
companions and
that.
crew
This
you
is
can
just
take with you.
this build
I
is
left Vasco
a few
here
months
back at
old."
my ship.
And a couple months later, they said, "Yeah,
And
they've
he
made the
can
switch
even
to
say
first
your
person."
name.
I was like, "Yes."
Let's head out.
Immersion. But if you're running around on a planet and you want to be in third person, I get that. But if I'm in like in a
Our
cave
mission
or
was
something,
to
I want to be
convey
in first
the
person.
wonder
I want
and
the
majesty
close quarter
of
stuff to
space
be first person.
exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to
catching
this
up on
approach
chat.
as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced.
I think there's some
yet
handcrafted bits, but I
still
think
looks
they have an
grounded
algorithm
and
that places
relatable.
points of
For
interest
us,
on different
it's that
planets. I'll talk about it
contrast,
later.
that's
Okay,
where
thank
visual
you.
interest is obviously the NASA, which is the rigid.
Yo, W,
hard
what's up?
functional style,
What up, cuz?
And then Punk, which is.
I didn't watch the
all-about style.
Microsoft Direct, so we are live
can see that
reacting,
visual
my
style
live,
coming through in your
to
ship.
this
Your ship
deep
is your
dive
home
on Starfield.
for
How you doing?
And your crew.
First
And
person.
like
Yeah,
in many
man.
of the
I mean,
spaces
third
in our
person
game,
has
it
has
a
its place
slightly retro
for some
and
games.
analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than
But when I've
sci-fi,
tried to play all
where
the
everything
Bethesda
is well
RPGs in
used,
third person, I
warm,
just switch back to
and
first like
lived in.
99% of the time. so.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're
Is this where the
currently on.
No Man's Sky is really
You can
going to lean
see
in?
all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast
I
travel
saw
to
bits and
known
pieces of a
locations.
couple of the games from the PlayStation
Backing out further,
showcase.
you can view all the planets in
The
the
Spider-Man,
system. Obviously, the game
Spider-Man
is
2.
big,
I don't need to
and
be sold
here
on
you can
Spider-Man
see
2.
Planets that have key locations,
It's a day one purchase for
missions,
me.
or life on them, versus the many planets that are.
It might even be a
barren, but
take the day off of
resource-heavy.
work type day.
Zoom out even further
When
to
that
see
comes in, if
all
I
the
can.
systems in this part of the
'Cause
galaxy.
The last two
Here,
Spider-Man
you can
games from
plot a course
Insomniac
to
were
ones that are light years
amazing.
away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems.
Fold space?
And you will need to
Interstellar,
upgrade your shipping
anyone?
skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to
By the way,
the
the
Alpha
QA
Centauri
team
system,
got figuratively
where we can find the
abused.
city of New Atlantis.
From what I know. We talk about the QA team on what? No Man's Sky? No Man's Ski? Forever now known as No Man's Ski. Yeah, they caught shit for a couple of years. Some of it deserved, but not to the level of vitriol that they got. The thing is, they never lied about the game they were making. It's just, everyone made it out to be what they wanted it to be. And it's like, y'all realize there isn't really it's just a sandbox. A very large sandbox. That's all it is. And yeah, the game shipped pretty broken. It's massive. I played it for 10 hours, I got bored with it, but I want objectives, and this is looking like it's going to give me objectives, and holy crap, look at that city. Come on!
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're
Sick.
designing a city is obviously what supports the story.
Oh,
We
for
try and tell as
Starfield.
many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters.
You
that
were
are
so
going
pumped for
about
No
their
Man's Sky.
day-to-day lives.
After watching, so I was at the press conference when they announced it
It's
at
also
E3
where
that year.
your
That was the
adventure
last year I was at an
constellation
E3 actually.
begins.
It was at the old Lakers, the forum, and they showed the gameplay, and I went, "Looks great.
Welcome to Constellation.
What's the point?"
We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them,
But I'm not a
Constellation
sandbox
is sort
only
of
type of
seen
guy.
as
I
this
want
mythical
objectives.
group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore.
Give me some
They're
side
the
quests.
last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers
Played it
to
and
some
was
of
bored within an
humanity's
hour.
biggest
Yeah, like I
questions.
gave it 10
The
hours.
artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them
Man,
reached out
if this
and
is gonna make me
spoke
feel
to you.
like I'm an actual space explorer, it's gonna be the best Bethesda
The
game ever.
artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Because the best thing of
Oh my
all of
God.
the RPGs that
Look at
Bethesda's
how it's
ever made
coming
is
together.
you feel like you're a
set,
part of this world and you
built
feel
by
like you're
intelligence
making some sort of a
outside the
difference, even if
settled
it's just a small difference.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer,
Right.
now
Characters,
Constellation's
blah,
leader.
blah, blah. I don't really care about the
Mateo,
characters all
the
that much.
theologian who believes that there's definitely
Oh,
something else
Corsair
out
with the gifted sub to Heavy Hand
Thanks
Swings.
to
there.
a Corsair for my
Gifted
sub
scientist
game.
Thank you.
Sarah Morgan's protege, and Walter, a very successful businessman in the
Wasn't No
settled
Man's
system
Sky forced to be
and
launched
Constellation's
unfinished?
financier.
I got news for you. Like 80% of games are
Brad, the
forced to launch
ex-pirate,
unfinished.
Sam Coe,
Of major
the former space
studio
cowboy,
games.
and
Indie games.
Barrett.
You
And a lot of those launch in early access now as a way to help continue funding so that the games don't get abandoned, right?
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on.
It's better now, but the combat still
Settled
sucks.
Systems is home to all kinds
Yeah,
of
it was never
different
about
stories,
combat.
people,
How was the atmosphere there? At
adventures for you to
E3?
uncover.
The last E3 I went to, it was still a thing, but it was already starting to tail off a bit. Like, there weren't as many parties. Parties sponsored by press and stuff were next to nothing. Like, IGN had a party, a couple of others had parties, but it wasn't like back in the day when everyone and their dog threw a party.
The people who live
So
here
I came in
law,
while that was still going on, and I kind of
the
saw it
legacy
slowly
of
start to tail off.
humanity. They consider
Now, rest in
themselves the
peace.
true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up
Ubisoft's
with
a
the
prime
Vanguard?
example of that. They always release bugged out
colonies,
games.
even get your use of citizenship?
New Atlantis
I
isn't
wouldn't
the
say
only
always.
city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars
Assassin's
to
Creed
this
2,
day serves as the
I would actually
largest
argue all
mining
three of the
facility for the
Ezio
United
Assassin's Creed
Colonies.
games, and even Black Flag, launched in really good shape. It's just when those
Beyond
games
the
started
United
getting bigger
Colonies
and
reach,
bigger,
you might find
that's
yourself in a
when
much more
they started having
wild
more
and
problems.
independent
Hey, the bigger the game, the harder it is to
coalition
QA test, right? All these little things that pop up.
This is Freestar Collective.
It's sad that all we
Space,
get is individual showcases. Agreed. Once it started going that direction,
the capital of the Freestar Collective.
the
is
toothpaste was
Aquila
out of the
City.
tube. How do you feel it back to the new AC? It was long overdue. In fact, I would argue the last game.
Relies on judgment,
Cool setting
intuition
with the
to do
Vikings and
what's
everything,
best
but
for the people.
it wasn't Assassin's Creed. It really
Neon
wasn't.
started out as a fishing platform, but is now
The,
known throughout the Settled Systems as a pleasure
the one in
city
Greece
where almost anything goes.
Was kind of Assassin's Creed, but not. The one before that, in Egypt, also kind of the same. But those games changed it. They made it way bigger, just an open-ended RPG type game. That's not what Assassin's Creed was. And so the fact that they're going back to their roots, I'm really happy about that.
Try not to get
Me,
yourself
I'm
killed,
happy about
right?
that. I don't know how everybody else feels. How do you feel? Are you excited for the new Assassin's Creed?
Outside the
Campaign's
bounds
only
of
going to be like
civilized
20 hours.
space, there are still
For an Assassin's
plenty of
Creed game lately,
unexplained
that's very
systems to
tiny, but it's
explore.
more
But
like
these
the old
areas are
Ezio
also
games,
home
which
to
I
the
think are
most
still
hostile
fantastic games.
factions in the galaxy.
Modern day stories, it ruins it for me. Yeah, I don't need the modern day story connection. Just throw all that out. It was neat for the first couple games. Alright, the biggest question I have with Starfield right now is the combat. How's the combat going to feel?
They think the galaxy
Man, they are showing a
fails.
ton
They are wrong.
in
It
this.
belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
Also, they're kind of... I mean, it's not
In
cyberpunk,
Starfield,
but
we're
kind of,
pushing our
in
cities
some
and
ways.
settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's
The
future.
historical aspects. I've said this on stream before, but if you haven't heard it, playing Assassin's Creed
ready to
Brotherhood
get out there?
was one of the motivations that I had for wanting to go to Rome. And we went to Rome
Galaxy, there are so many things to see
on our anniversary,
and
and
stories
the whole
to
time I'm like,
experience.
I've climbed that, I've
But the
climbed
most
that,
important story
I've
is
climbed
the
that.
one you
It's
tell.
pretty funny.
I'm the type of
Melissa
person
was
who
like-
spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited.
I
when they
don't
see
spend
all
hours
the
in character
improvements
creation,
we've
but
made.
good for people who do. I'm not going to see myself because I'm playing first person.
Done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of
It's
faces
an RPG.
from
You
different
gotta-
age groups and
you gotta give
ethnicities.
people
And
options.
by mixing and matching out that data, we were able to create highly
If they plan on
detailed and
expanding
diverse
on that at some point,
characters.
that would be great. Expanding on
Use
it,
that
oh, the
exact
new
system
the
to
reboot
create all
basically,
the
or this new
characters and
version.
NPCs you're going to see in the game.
My opinion from what I've
So
seen,
any
gunplay
character
looks
you
better than
see
Fallout 4,
almost
but it only
always
looks
is a
decent.
character you could make yourself.
Ridley Scott, dude. How many things has Alien inspired?
Hey,
Or Prometheus?
come on.
No, apparently.
Come on. Okay.
Oh,
take
this
it
is
easy.
waking up.
You were out cold.
Do I have to take a test?
No physical
But that's
damage.
Fallout.
Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are?
Is this the beginning of the game after
Recruit
you?
For Argos extractors?
Yeah.
Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Here's your Pit Boy.
You start your character creation.
I'm making
journey
Jack
as
Black,
though
and
you're
you can't
cycling
stop
through
me.
employee
All right.
records.
I mean,
You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point.
I was gonna make Brendan Fraser in The Whale.
Your journey from there can be as detailed or as
Crappy
quick as
movie,
you
by the
want
way.
it to be. This new system has more to offer.
I'm guilty
than
of spending
ever
way too much time on
before.
character customization. There's two types of people in this world. There's people who will spend hours making a character,
We let the player get as close
and
as
then there's
possible to
me
make
who will
whatever
just be
they
like,
want.
okay, yeah,
Various facial
and
looks
go.
can blend together.
It's a
There's
first-person game. I'm not
prosthetic,
gonna see
makeup,
myself.
Blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting
Looks
you
pretty
pick
good.
up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages.
So how do I just be a stealth archer?
Your biggest fan.
No.
Really?
Adoring fan is in the game.
Give you gifts.
Oh, come on.
Constant commentary.
They actually put the adoring fan in the game.
Near you, breathing the same air.
It's the same voice guy.
To have every molecule.
My favorite trait is
It's the same guy.
some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
Religion
There's
in
another
space.
Great one that gives
That's
you
funny.
a damage buff when your health
Sorry.
is low, but mercenaries will randomly
offense.
show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story.
Can't help myself sometimes.
And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that.
You know, I will say,
What a
the
view.
the game's.
It's a feast for the eyes.
Oh my god, I'm totally gonna kill him off like right away.
Another adventure.
Yeah, do it! Do it! Kill him! Kill
That
him!
on your own.
Oh! Killing the adoring fan is like my favorite memories of Oblivion. Finding new ways to kill him. The memes from that were so good. The character creation in games like
that's when your journey can really begin.
Tiger Woods
We took
Golf
what we loved about skills
or
and perks from our previous games
wrestling
and
games,
put them together to create an
I'll spend
all-new
hours
skill
on those,
system.
right? Y'all have seen me do it.
Each time
I've
you
streamed
level up,
myself doing
you
character
get a skill
creations on
point,
those.
which can be used to
Games like
unlock
this, I want to
or
get
rank
in
up
and just
skills.
dive into the story, right? For me, it's not about what the character looks like. Choosing the traits and stuff, that will take, I'll take more time in that than what my character looks like.
Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks.
Street Fighter 6 character customization, what's that like?
With our 5 different skill
Didn't the
trees
last
and
Tekken
4 ranks per skill,
have like the
there's a
craziest
lot to
character
choose from.
customization? Like I saw people making,
I
you know,
like the
Doctor
Xeno
Disrespects
sociology
and
skill
all that
because
kind
it
of
lets
shit.
you mind control aliens.
Wasn't that the last Tekken? Mind control aliens? Hey, buddy.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
Oh, boost pack? Yeah, all right, all right. When can I unlock everything? I want to be a
Maxing
god
out
in this.
my
In this.
physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
Yeah, some people love being Turbo Fist. Right?
That one's a lot of fun.
Okay, that looks like fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much
Stealth
a
archer.
player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie.
Alien Isolation!
And then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits.
Nah, I want to stealth.
Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player.
Taking Zeman says, I enjoy simple character customization.
doing
Once
that
it gets to the
death from
place for
above
noses and
thing where I
eyeballs,
boost pack over guys
yeah,
and I
OCD
throw
kicks in.
landmines
Yeah,
at 'em.
yeah. Give me general customization. When it's like, change the width of cheekbones and all that. And like, don't do that to me.
I like blowing stuff up.
The level of detail, I wonder what they're running all this on. Oh my god. Dude. The lighting.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games.
Exploration is why I play
Starfield,
Bethesda
there are
RPGs.
full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures.
Oh, I'm gonna need a new rig by the time this comes out. Did they announce a street date?
Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism.
You're saying it's a Series X set to
We
quality
studied
mode?
data from NASA and a multitude of other sources
Well,
to help
then it
us
would be
make
30
the world
frames
feel
at quality mode.
believable.
So,
From the way we approached planetary atmospheres,
it's looking like it's moving
to
at
the way
more
we
than
placed
30 frames.
biomes
So I wonder if
based
they're
on the
like
planet's
doubling the.
distance from the sun. Once we had created
Doubling
a
the frames or
grounded
something. They're using
world,
AI.
we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun.
September
When you leave
6th?
a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting
That's
strangers,
sooner than I thought.
fighting in space, and exploring.
But considering they were going to try to put it
ships.
out last year. You're watching on 30 frames? I should be streaming at 60.
It's all out there.
1080p 60, baby. Oh, because your internet sucks?
It's about rewarding your curiosity. Because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Sorry, Pock. Don't mean to be a dick. A tiny bit. They might even push it back, who knows. At this point now, if they're hitting September, this thing's gonna go gold in like 6 weeks.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship.
Yeah, you would think that
your ship is
they do
almost
this
like having another
as their
character
last little
or
bite of the
home
apple to
you
give
can
one
make
more
all
announcement
your
that it's
own.
getting delayed.
I think you'll be blown
We finally
away
have
by
a
the
street date.
amount of
Like if
stuff
they show you 45 minutes of all of
you
this
can buy a ship
and then move the date to 2024, it wouldn't have stung so bad because they've given us all this to see. And they're giving us a lot right now, I have to
Keep it
say.
up and running. And it all starts in spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase,
Ooh, can you put
sell, and
JPEGs
modify ships.
as your logos on
Anything I
your
can help you
arm?
with? Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting.
That could
Then
be a
you
problem.
might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo.
I would just put for the
missions,
doggos.
Or even do a little smuggling.
Space doggos!
For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the
Space
Frontier,
doggos!
and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here.
$100
And you
a
have
pop.
two ways to do
Oh,
that.
$100 Canadian, right? Because you're in
You can
Canada.
quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields.
$70 here.
Or you can deep dive and enter
Or-
the ship
yeah,
builder
yeah.
mode. Here you can change anything
Well,
from the systems
this will be on Game
to
Pass.
the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can
Hawk.
change your ship's overall silhouette.
And I'm sure there's a
Grab
collector's
drive
edition
allows
that'll
for
be
longer
more than
distance space jumps.
$69.99.
You can even fully customize your paint.
Toka
job
Boy
to
with a
get
gifted
the
sub to
exact
Space
look you want.
Doggos.
Tokaboy 0824
parts you
gifted a
choose to
tier
build
1
with
sub to
don't just affect your
Spasa
ship's stats.
They have
Spasa
given
Doggos?
313
Also
gift
affect what
subs
you
in
can
the
do
channel.
inside your ship.
Don't
Different
lie, you just
modules
made
for
that name up
crafting,
right now.
Or
You
for
literally.
storing
How
and
many email
deploying
accounts do you
weapons.
have, Toko?
Starfield's in-game ship
Space Doggos just
manufacturers
subbed.
bring their
Thank you.
own look and feel to every
I don't think
piece
Space
of your
Doggos is
ship.
going to resub though.
From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls.
It'd be funny if
and
the
control
person who
rooms.
runs that account is like, "Oh, cool. I like dogs, and this guy does a thing for charity for dogs. I'm just going to resub tier 3."
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little
Tokaboy
creativity.
0824
your
gifted a tier 1 sub to Space Doggo was an Ohaken. They have given 314 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you, Toko, for that gifted sub to Space Doggo was not taken.
Your ship can look like almost anything you want.
He has a bank
It's a
of
bit odd,
email
but one
accounts.
of my favorite ways
to
of
make all
customizing
these.
ships is I make them look like animals.
Okay.
The HMS
Yeah, with the legs.
Platypus, as I called it,
Aha, the platypus. That's funny.
where it had a giant tail to it.
I'll be honest.
And we've
This
done
is the thing that's going to drive me
spiders,
crazy.
we've
I
done
am not.
mechs.
Oh, dumpster fire.
So it's really
Whoa.
whatever
Okay.
your imagination
Right now,
is.
I can't imagine myself putting that much time into making a ship.
And while you can build your home among the
Dude, is
stars
this
the way
Kerbal
you
Space
want to,
Program now?
You're
What
probably
is
not
this?
the only person who will call your ship home.
Are there doggos in space?
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Can we get some doggos in space?
For the doggo!
Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Thanks, Jarvis.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact
Romance?
or this lead runs
All right, I'm
dry.
asking the question. Not that I care. I'm just
Each
asking.
companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts.
You can marry
as
in
well as
Skyrim.
unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships
You couldn't
might
in
blossom into
Fallout. There was no
romance.
relationships
I
in
don't know
Fallout.
that I've ever really loved
Romance!
anyone
I called it!
except you.
And if you're looking
Dude,
for
I
a little
literally
extra
just
help
called
on your
it.
ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
You'll also meet potential crew members
Depends.
out in the world.
You Russian or Ukrainian?
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Nah, you can just stay
Assign
on this
crew to your
rock.
ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how
Yes,
they run.
hot stuff. We have all the room. Come on in.
And just like
We're running out of
companions, most
resources,
crew members
but
can lend a hand
you
in
know,
the field.
you can sleep in my
Take
bunk.
Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot.
Oh yeah.
I still want to give it almost a humanoid
We call you a
personality,
meat bag
so I
though?
elongate the limbs.
Hunter killer.
This tends to make him feel
Impregnation
more human-like
time.
and give him a little personality.
We're just doing the loop. The Fable 3 loop. We're going to call that the Fable 3 loop.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew
I'm serious, if you haven't
selection
played Fable
features in
3, it's worth it.
You'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams.
Dude, there's no way this game is going to be this good. There's no way. Because this makes it look amazing. I'm telling you. Bethesda, you're getting my hopes up. It's not going to be this cool. Is it? Because if it is, I might as well take like a month off of work. At least.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting.
I learned my lesson from Fallout
and
76.
You should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way.
Yeah, can I put like Slayer posters up on the inside of the ship?
We've extended that sense of control.
Like if you
to
could
ship
put
combat.
like load up
It's not about
JPEGs
just
and
hitting your triggers to fire your weapon.
that's the kind of stuff I would probably nerd out on.
It's
I'm gonna make it a
complex
man cave in
dance between
space.
Our piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster. Powering up the ground drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump.
People are gonna ruin that with putting dicks everywhere. Yes, they will.
And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're
JPEGs.
ready for a fight. You should
Do you want
always be on
ants?
your toes
Because that's how you get ants.
You're not alone out there.
I'm not looking for porn in the game. I mean, they are adding romance. I'm just saying. If it's a single player game, you know, let me have some JPEGs.
Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on
TF2,
specific subsystems of the ship
not
you
just
target.
TF2, look at Counter-Strike Source. They used to let you, well, the sprays in that game, you could make JPEGs. I saw a lot of boobs and dicks when I played Counter-Strike Source.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn
Almost
any
too
ship
many.
getting
No, I
damaged
didn't say
into
too many.
scrap.
Characters will get hot and heavy in Dragon Age. Dude, Dragon Age is all about
can
it.
also
There was
take a
more
more
sex in
personal
Dragon Age than any other
docking with
game,
the
I
enemy
think.
vessel and
Mass
boarding your
Effect had
ship.
had a good amount. Shout out to Mass Effect, by the way. 1 through 3, we don't talk about Andromeda. Andromeda doesn't exist. I bought that. I pre-ordered it. Mistakes were made.
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship,
GTA.
it's yours. Add it to your fleet and retrieve
Dude, is
it at any
TF2 still a
spaceport.
thing? Should I install TF2 and replay it?
But space is way more than fighting for your life.
I loved running around as the Pyro.
Just like when you're planet side,
Sniper too, of
there
course.
are plenty of sites to see and stops
Andromeda
to make
wasn't that
on
bad.
the way to your
IMO.
next adventure.
Oh, it wasn't?
Like
But you didn't
these
pay $60
massive
and then try to
star
play it
yards.
when it launched? And have your computer just like
Walk
choke
the
on it?
halls, talk to the crew.
And then
Maybe
realize
talked
that
into buying a whole
6
new
hours
ship.
into the game, you're like, why the fuck am I playing this? The story is boring as shit. I'm sorry, it was.
One worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic
The concept was great.
battleship, like the UC Vigilance.
It is so boring. It was cool to hear
Or
Nanjiani in it
Robos
though.
with the
Come
galaxy's
on.
wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for
Loved
the stars.
him being in the game. I was like, nerds
There are
unite.
plenty of personal encounters to be had as well.
Never even heard
You
of
can
it?
hail any
That's
ship
what I'm
you
talking
come
about
across
taking
to
it, demons.
trade,
Never heard
swap
of Mass
info,
Effect Andromeda.
or
What's
maybe
that?
even
Is that
commit
like
an
a
act of
an
piracy.
anime?
When I'm
Get
playing, I
fucked.
generally go crazy.
Yeah, I
don't
literally,
really
I
go, like, the
did.
more piracy
Out of 60
routes.
bucks.
I want to take over ships. I'm going to board ships.
So you can
My
be a
ship is
space
now
pirate in
mine.
this if you
I
want.
Steal all the sandwiches.
Sandwiches! There's sandwiches sitting
out.
out.
I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't
Oh
wanna
my
play
god,
zero.
there's the throwback to
I wanna
Skyrim and
go
all
out
the
just
apples
start
and
taking
stuff.
things from people as quickly as possible.
Some strangers might be
Floating
looking for a little
sandwiches.
human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments
Truck
are the
stop
ones you
hookup.
discover on your own.
They call lot lizards.
The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game. Through
Are there lot lizards in
It's really about
space?
going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then,
How can I
realizing
hold
2
all
hours
these
later that you're
sandwiches?
involved in a completely new
Why
story.
can't I hold all these limes? I agree mistakes were made. I actually didn't mind Andromeda. The start was too small, but it did allow it constantly. How long did you play Andromeda before it actually stopped getting, or stopped being boring?
And it feels so cool
There was
to
one
play
character
it
in
and
that
just
entire
make your
game that I
own
really
path
gave half a
in
crap
this
about.
There
And
are
she wasn't
over
even in my
1,000
crew.
planets out
She just
there,
kept showing up.
just waiting for you to visit.
I was really rooting for Andromeda. It just started so poorly.
Breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy.
It's a sequel that didn't need to
We
happen.
want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder. And sometimes a little fear.
To me, it's almost like Phase 4 of
We're
Marvel.
giving you a massive playground and a ton
They
of
ended
toys.
Phase
Just
3
setting
in
you
like the
free.
perfect place with Endgame. The stakes couldn't have been higher. And now the stuff that's come after that's just been like, I guess.
Hey everybody, we've
Mass Effect
shown you so
and
much
Andromeda,
stuff.
kind of the same
we
thing.
thought we'd just take a little break.
Oh, is this the
and
special
show you
collector's edition or something?
A little
What
bit
is this?
different.
All right,
you know,
Todd.
We put so much detail into our
Can you
game
play
world,
Skyrim
and
in
we
this
love
game?
The opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for
Moon
this
Knight? I'm
game,
talking about the movies. That's a
we've
TV
got
show.
Watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's
They're making a watch.
This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then
Yeah.
environmental information.
But
it
people-
connects to your phone to give
a
you
lot of people have
notifications
smartphones.
and other information. And we've
Okay,
also
you can at
designed
least
this
put
really cool
notifications on
case
it.
that it comes with, Eswap.
Yeah, we really took
Alright,
as
the
much
case is
care and designed
pretty
this case as
neat.
we did to watch. Our attention to detail. in
Wow,
the game
look at that.
Totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy.
Dude, how much
comes
is
with a
that gonna
Constellation
cost?
patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world,
Sick.
in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it
It's a
even
Pip-Boy.
tells the time.
It even tells
We
the
actually
time.
have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual
Whatever.
controls of your spaceship.
The watch is cool.
And not only that,
I literally just got a smartwatch
the first
a week
ever
ago.
custom headset
So
with
I'm not
Xbox.
in the market,
And
but
this
that's
is
really
the
cool.
perfect pairing with that controller.
What? What is that? I still remember hearing an SOS showing up to fight as two stoners who had a broken lamp when their plants were dying. You see, the side quests in games like that make it great. That's why I love Fallout 3 so much. There were so many side quests in areas that weren't even a part of the main campaign that are memorable to me to this day. Eddie would be hella interested in this. Fuck you, that controller's awesome. I mean, it's white and has some lines on it. Ugh. There's still 12 minutes left. It took about 8 hours to start expanding decently. Okay, because I put in about 6 and I just got bored. And something else came out and I got distracted and I just never came back to it, so it's partly on me.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with
Yo,
Starfield?
how?
Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The
How
freedom
big
to
are these
experience
planets
both
going to
the
be?
Exciting planets
They say there's like 1,000 of them.
and the quiet ones.
Yeah, sometimes I look at that,
Scanning the
dude.
planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak
Oh,
peek at the
Mass
available
Effect 2,
resources you can
scanning
use for
planets.
crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we
Still better than driving
generate
that
the
stupid
planet
Mako
itself
all over the
as
first
procedural
game.
content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explores.
Okay, so
Our
hey, Sergeant Angry
system builds
resubbing
as
at
the
23
player
months. Thank you.
approaches it. We stitch
Yo,
together
yo
a block
back.
of terrain
After that, we have the system.
So like
that
you said,
adds
Pac, procedurally
interesting
generated,
locations for the player
but
to
then
explore,
specific
creatures
things
to
that are put down
encounter,
into. But so we're all going to
or
experience
plants to
the same
pick up.
cities and the same planets, the same bases
It
and the same
allows us
planets, but the
to add
planets
that touch
themselves
of
might be laid out
environmental
differently,
storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
which is cool.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments.
Did you
Their
clip
habitat
that?
isn't far from here.
Here, Toko.
If you could take care of them for us, we would be in
I wish
your
it still
debt.
played that
So
sound
even
drop.
if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
So similar experiences and yet not. That's cool. I think that's a good mix because you want people to have some different experiences and make it feel fresh. If you're watching someone else play it, you're like, oh wow, my that base was there before and it's not on your world. All right, chat, how are we feeling about the combat in this versus the first reveal? It looks tighter. Yes. Let me punch people in the back of the head in space.
It's completely up to you.
Are they generating
how
in-game
you
or is
want
procedural generation to
interact with each
kickstart the design
planet.
work? That's a
Whether
good
you want to
question.
Explore and see what you can find. Harvest resources and be on your way.
So yeah, is it going to be...
Or simply take in the views.
He said people are going to have different experiences.
With the help of your
So there's got to be
scanner,
some
you'll
procedural
chart the
generation.
uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
There's your Nomansky.
If
There's
you
your
have the
Nomansky.
skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants.
The
you
Kamo
can build
Rose,
an outpost
Koiser?
and
Yeah.
Produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards.
Angry,
for
yeah, you
fully
watched this
surveying
earlier today. You're
plants
the one who told me I
and
needed to
fully
watch
surveying
this.
the whole
So I
system.
figured I would just watch it with y'all and give you my reactions to it on the
When we were
fly.
concepting these creatures, we
No
really wanted
Mansky!
to think of them as natural to the environment.
All right, we'll see what the
We didn't
graphics
want
look like
alien monsters. We
in the
wanted
actual
native
game. The
wildlife.
Jurassic Park
Something you've never
shitty
seen
flute starts
before.
playing.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves,
That meme was so
all
good.
that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere.
Oh, the
Our
D-pad
biggest
selection on the
goal for
weapons,
lighting
not the
for
Kamo Rose. I
Starfield
got you.
Was to make the game feel more filmic. To use
Maybe I'll have a new rig by then, Angry. Did
color
you ever think of that?
to really make it feel more cinematic.
I'll have a 50, 90, 10,000. I know a guy. I'm gonna get the 6095 and put it in this with my 7-year-old CPU. It's not gonna look this good, man. There's no way. Come on, this looks amazing.
After some exploring, you
At
can
12
find a spot to
FPS.
set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet.
Hey, the plus system from
And the
2042 is
habitat
good.
modules come
It's
in
one of
all
the
shapes
best
and
things about that
sizes,
game.
filling all different purposes.
Being able to
You
swap
can
out your
even live in
attachments
them.
while you're
Assign
on the
crew
ground and not having to go
companions
into a
work at
menu.
your outposts for added
Incredible.
bonuses and set up
More games that
extractors
have
to harvest
gunplay need to
resources
steal
while
from
you're
that.
away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam.
Movement's too
where
smooth,
you can toggle
combat
between
feels
on-foot
scripted.
building, or you can now use a
Okay.
top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out
I
larger
hope
parts of
that's
the
not
outpost and
the
placing
case,
those
but
larger
I
halves.
think there's some
That way
truth
you
in
can
what you're
really
saying, at least
plan your
for this
structures and
reveal.
what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can
I just
really
don't,
decorate
and you're gonna be in
and
space, but I really just don't
things
want the
much
combat to
easier.
feel really floaty. You know, that's one thing with a lot of the Bethesda RPGs is everything doesn't feel like there's as much weight to it as what there should be, whether it's gunplay in Fallout or melee combat in Elder Scrolls. I think I'm spoiled by God of War. The last two God of War games, the way that they make enemies react when you hit them with a blunt object.
Add crafting
And the way
research
your
stations in your
motion
outposts to
moves
utilize
based
any
on
resources you
hitting
find
something.
or already have.
Feels like there's real weight in there
Mod your weapons to adapt
in
them
the
to your
combat in those
playstyle.
games, and I'm kind of
Different
spoiled on that
weapon
now.
sights and scopes, larger magazines.
Like if I'm doing the
a
same exact
selection of
swing
grips
motion,
and
whether I
barrels,
hit something or if I don't hit
different
something,
ammunition like
it doesn't feel
explosive
right anymore.
rounds.
Feels like there's not enough weight.
All you stealth players out there will surely need a
Oh, I didn't say
suppressor.
you were saying the D-pad's bad. I think it's great. I think more games should borrow from that.
You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
Why would you?
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like, what's fun for the player.
Yes, Angry, I saw your message. This game's out in September, so
Starfield,
what we're seeing now
our combat.
is probably not going to change much.
The animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
I hope you're right, dude. I just can't believe this game is going to be out
more weapons in this game than
in 3 months.
I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
I don't know, man.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And
Boost
for giving you
packs.
an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying.
I mean, give me that.
Zero gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage.
Where's the Dead Space plasma cutter?
If you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons.
Punch
like
a dinosaur in the face in
Maybe you
Starfield.
prefer something bigger.
Big boy, where's the nuke?
Starfield's got you covered.
Where's the nuke? Yeah, that plus is very much like Battlefield 2042. Love it. But it's not attachment selection, it's weapon selection. That's the only difference, really, because in 2042, it's attachments for the weapon that you have. You know, 4x scope versus a red dot, etc. Holy shit, it's Destiny! No wonder Sergeant Angry's in love. And Corsair. Y'all Destiny players. I was gonna complain about the humans all kind of looking the same, but you're in space and you're wearing spacesuits. I can see that. There wouldn't be a lot of variety. Look at that shit. Angry says, I think I'm nearly done with Destiny. Is that true? You don't say.
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the
Hey,
time
no problem,
to
Todd.
spend it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we
They've
can
shown
show
a
here.
lot.
You know, as we
They
play
showed
it,
a lot
we're
here,
always
and I'm really
sharing
glad
these
I watched
unique
it.
and
I'm glad I
special
watched it with
moments
y'all.
that only a game like this can bring.
Rude, I'm
think
sorry,
about what makes
Angry.
it special,
Have I not heard that
really is the
before?
people here.
Yeah, right, another
This game
expansion
is
of
a
Destiny will get you
reflection
back
of the
in.
incredible,
You've put too much
passionate
time into
team
that game to
made
just
it.
walk away.
All of them.
You said
make
nearly.
something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
Yeah, I want
I
to
love
see
creatures,
how the
the
real-time...
exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
Oh my god,
I just
yes.
love
Give me
that
the photo
constant
mode
feel of
too.
Discovery, and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
Yeah, couldn't give a shit.
My favorite part is every time
not
you
me.
step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
You spent all this time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic.
I don't care as
It's
much
the
about
kind
the
of thing
ship
that you just
building
can't
either,
get anywhere
but that's
else.
me. Some people are going
There's
to
something
really
about
go in
seeing
for
the
that.
tower
That's
over in the
awesome. Happy for
distance
them.
And going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets,
the day-night cycle.
The soundtrack. Yeah, the day-night cycle I want to see.
Exploration, freedom,
the end.
The soundtrack. The ending.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher,
brain sprout.
lever action.
I love it.
Launcher.
Some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben.
The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Let's go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Please be good. It's gonna be good. Please be great. September 6th. Wow. Okay. Okay. Base game available on... Base game included day one on Game Pass, so the premium's gonna be... Yeah, okay. Alright. Hey. The game looks amazing. I just
one with Game Pass.
hope that it can live up to... I'm not going to say my lofty expectations. I will say what they just put in front of us is putting some lofty expectations on things. I just hope that it runs well enough, and that if it's buggy, I hope it's fun bugs and not game-breaking bugs. If we can get that, they're going to have a classic on their hands. Something that will eventually be ported to every device for the next 15 years. And that's fine. But let's get past this game. Let's get it out there. Let's have fun with it. Let's explore all these worlds. And then let's get a little bit of a peek at Elder Scrolls 6. Please, please, please. I know it's too early. Everything, all guns aimed at Starfield. I get it. And I'm so glad they just gave us that tiny little tease a couple years ago. A few more than that. 5 years, 6 years ago. That Elder Scrolls 6 is in the works. I get it. And it's next after Starfield. Man. No matter how good this game is, Starfield, whether it's okay or great, I don't think it's going to be bad, right? It's going to be, at very least, it's going to be decent. I hope it's great. I really do. Just give me Elder Scrolls 6, please. Why am I looking past Starfield? I don't know. Starfield's going to be it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I hope. Keeping my fingers crossed. Thank you all so much for watching this with me. I appreciate it. Appreciated chatting with y'all. And if you're watching this on YouTube, throw me a subscribe, will you? I'm trying to grow this channel. Throw me a sub. It's free.